This is a public service announcement. Michael Bay did not direct this movie. I repeat, Michael Bay did not direct this movie. Hey guys, welcome to my review of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. It is a movie that is not directed by Michael Bay, it was actually produced by him, and it stars Megan Fox and William Fichtner and a bunch of other people. This movie is not a movie that I've been looking forward to for a really long time because throughout the production, a lot of the details that I've heard were kind of like red flags to me. It made me feel like there was something a little off about it, and so I was worried. As I was gonna go watch this movie, I thought to myself, no, calm down, lower your expectations, pace yourself, this movie could be good, it could be good. And so, with a slightly open mind, I went to watch it. The plot of the movie is, apparently there is a paramilitary organization in New York called the Foot Clan. They go around doing, all sorts of terroristy crap, stealing stuff, taking hostages. And you know what, that's kind of about it. I don't really see them doing a lot of evil shit in this movie. But they're bad, okay? They're the bad guys. You know that because you know that they're the bad guys. They have a chick who's clearly a bad guy. She wears black leather, so you can tell. And they have somebody called the Shredder, who is their boss. So you know that they're the bad guys. Because the Shredder is not a friendly name. Anyway, the Foot Clan have been going around unopposed for a really long time and they basically have the city by its balls. But some new vigilantes are popping up and apparently they're fighting to take the city back. Add to the mix April O'Neil, a journalist who covers fluffy human interest stories when she would rather be doing serious news. A brief encounter with these vigilantes sets her on a course to find proof that they exist and to raise her journalistic credibility. And also same New York. Maybe. Before we go any further, let's talk about the Turtles. Were they good or were they bad? Because that would make or break this movie, right? And so, I'm gonna tell you, the Turtles were probably the best part of the movie. They were alright, albeit a little simple. See, I felt like they had their characters stripped down to one trait so that people could identify them easier. Leo was the leader guy, Raph was the lone wolf, Donnie was the nerdy guy, and Mikey was the horny guy? I don't know guys, I expected Mikey to be the dumb funny one, but he ended up having this weird crush on April O'Neil, which just made every scene that they shared really, really uncomfortable. In Greek mythology, there's something called the fatal flaw. It is this one big flaw about a character or a group of characters that severely undermines them. This movie has a fatal flaw as well. And to talk about it, I'm gonna put a spoiler tag here so that those who don't want to be spoiled can just avoid it. It's not a major spoiler, it's not something huge, it's just this one thing that they changed. It was even implied in the trailer, so it's not like it's a great mystery. I'm just gonna put that here, and here we go. In the original iteration of the Ninja Turtles, a lot of the stuff that happened to them were by chance. Like for example, Splinter was a ninja and he happened to be turned into a rat. The Turtles were not chosen to be what they were, it was just a random accident. They inherited a villain that they actually had no beef with in the form of the Shredder, and it was kinda like them trying to find their own place in the world, a world that they were never intended to be part of, but they just had to live in anyway. So now we have Teenage because they are trying to find their place in the world, Mutant because a random event mutated them, Ninja because their father figure was actually a ninja and taught them ninjutsu, and Turtles because they happened to be turtles. It was all very chancy. It could have been anything, it could have been anyone. But sadly in this movie, it plays this weird destiny shit. There is this drug formula thing that they were tested on when they were actually just animals, and it apparently changed them or something. And it kind of really bugs me because now the Turtles are just turtles who were experimented on deliberately. They were mutants because somebody made them mutants. Splinter is just a rat. He's not a ninja guy who became a rat. He is just a rat. And the ninja thing was just picked up by Splinter as a parenting tool. Like he literally found a book in the sewers and decided to teach his sons ninjutsu. It was just so out of the blue. And it also means that Shredder, who is actually not William Fichtner by the way, which is weird. Like what? Why do you need another guy? This movie clearly calls for Fichtner to be Shredder because this guy, this new guy, has no purpose in the plot. Like what the hell are you doing here? You don't know Splinter, you have no grudge against him, you don't know the Turtles. This plan of yours only makes Fichtner rich and you get nothing. Like what are you doing? What's your purpose? What is your point? Are you here by mistake? Did you get lost on the way to another movie? What are you doing? It's weird. Anyway, all this preordained they were meant to be heroes bullshit ended up messing with the core formula and kind of making it a whole lot less believable, and it doesn't hold together really well. If I were to explain this using a metaphor, imagine that you're in your favorite restaurant and you just ordered your favorite food and you're there with your ideal partner, the best it could ever be, and you're having a blast of a time. But then somebody poops in the corner. Okay, you can, not look look at it, you can try to ignore it, but there is no denying that poop smell is now gonna be all over the place. The food that you eat, the place that you're in, the person that you're with, no matter how great they are, it's just gonna bug you. That damn smell, like no matter what you do, that smell is just gonna disturb you. And the fact that somebody pooped in the corner, that's just gonna be in the back of your head. You just can't ignore it. And that is the same for this movie. That whole meant to be heroes thing just haunts the movie. It creates holes where there shouldn't be holes. It makes even the good stuff lesser just because of its presence, and that is a terrible, terrible experience. And now the spoilers are over. A sad thing about the movie is that if Megan Fox could act better, April O'Neil's character would be a lot more interesting, because her character arc is basically something like, I don't want to be an objectified piece of eye candy anymore, I want people to take me seriously. And I cannot think of anyone better to play an objectified piece of eye candy than Megan Fox. And if she could act, if she could actually literally bring this whole I want to be taken seriously thing into the movie, it would have made April O'Neil's character better. But now she just seems flat. Everything that she's doing is pointless because the movie doesn't address it in the end. There is no resolution for her. She just is. Honestly, this movie feels like it's gone through a lot of rewrites. The first third of the movie was subpar. It was weird. It was kind of trying too hard. There were fart jokes there. There was objectification of Megan Fox. There was a lot of Skype. Like, really. I was weirded out by how much people in this universe used Skype. Do people really use Skype that much? The second third of the movie got a lot better. It was genuinely more funny. It was more action-paced, and it had some really good brother-to-brother interaction as well, plus a bit of good character building. And the last third of the movie, although it was totally ripped off from Amazing Spider-Man 1, was alright. It was better than the first third. But then, we have to understand that better does not mean good. Now, you might argue, Mooney, chill out. This movie is meant for kids. And you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe it's not meant for people my age, but I don't believe that just because it's a movie for kids that you have to slack off and make it a piece of shit. What made the Disney movies of yesteryear work was because they had dark moments. They dared to go places. They dared to say things, and they dared to have messages. And they didn't talk down to kids or make them feel stupid because they're not stupid. If you're gonna make a kid movie, it is more of a reason to make the movie a good movie, because the things that you love as a kid will influence you so much when you grow up. And if you have nothing but vapid, shallow bullshit cartoons and things that don't make you think, the only thing you're gonna be is part of the idiocracy that already dominates the entire world and makes movies like this. This movie, it was not terrible. It did make me laugh here and there, but I feel like what it is and what it represents is really not very good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give this movie a rating that I've never given before, but I really like the rating, so here it is. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is not as shitty as it should have been. This movie could have been worse than the crap in the sewers that the turtles live in, but it was somewhat better than that. It did make me laugh, it had some genuine moments, but it was just a mess. So, did you see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Did you like it? What is your favorite version of the Turtles? It does not matter whether it's a comic, animated TV show, movie, anything. It could even be a video game. Let me know in the comment section below and we can talk about it. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. I'm really looking forward to making more of them, and there's gonna be another vlog this Thursday, and it's gonna be about a game. I'll see you on Thursday.